have another edition of Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, Monday through Friday at noon. Today is Monday, the 16th of February, and I hope you had an incredible Valentine's Day weekend. I hope you took your lady out or your guy out for a little dinner, flowers, chocolates, little romantic hotel or something. Hope you guys did something nice. We got a great show today. We got a great show all week long. So, first of all, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, the men and women in the military. Let's not forget our veterans who fought for our country. But mostly, thank you all for tuning in and watching today. Now, pardon the dust and pardon the noise. They are doing our floors upstairs. Woo! We had to move the one refrigerator out. We threw it out. We took the other refrigerator upstairs. We put that in the garage. Oh, it's just chaos here today. But we got a good show here for the next hour of fun in the sun. It's showtime. Let's have a little fun here. Thank you, Richie and the boys from Seventh Heaven. It's a great day today. Let's get right to business. And what a way to do it, our friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, folks. Wild Birdseed. That's right. Today's the last day. 22-pound bags for $16. That runs to the 13th and the 16th. So today is the last day to get that Wild Birdseed. That's right. 2 20-pound bags again for $16. It's time to get your seed started. 8-quart Miracle Grow seed starter mix and or indoor paint mix is 2 for $12. Select 16-quart bags are 2 for $18. Stock up and save. Buy 3 and get 1 free on Ace Basic pleated filters, air filters. You can't beat that, folks. And did you know that not all LED bulbs are harsh, cool white? No, they come in bright white and warm white as well. Get a 10-pack Fight LED light bulbs, only $9.99. That's less than $1 per bulb. And that's great deals from our friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. And boy, oh boy, what a weekend we had. And I hope you had a great weekend. Let's say hello to some wonderful people here today. Violet, how are you doing? Kathy, happy birthday to my dear friend, Kathy Eppolito, Santa Barbara, California. I think she's still in Chicago for a while. Jill, Indiana, how are you doing? Ryan, David, Lilia, how are you guys doing, everybody? And welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's just start off crazy. I finally got my car back today, so I want to thank my good friends from Crash Champions. My good buddy Michael, of course, from Crash Champions. If you ever have any problems with your cars, go to crashchampions.com and they'll take care of all your dents and all that good stuff that you need to do. So thank you for that. We want to start off with our gig on Thursday night. We're at the Chez Hotel. Beautiful up there in Arlington Heights. Great job that was. But Friday, we did a special fundraiser for the Firefighters Care Unit, the Care Fund, in Las Vegas night in Kenosha, Wisconsin at the Stella Ballroom with Ocean's Rat Pack. Sold out show. I mean, everybody was there to gamble and raise money. Through the years that they've been doing this, they raised over $700,000 for the kids, and they had great raffles. So, again, great job. Thank you, Double T, Tony Toto, Bill Saratella, Elliot Wimbush, Jeff Hunt. It was just a great day on Friday and doing a good cause for our firefighters, and that's very important for all our first responders. Saturday, what a show at Impact Fuel Room in Libertyville. It was our second show. Now, we sold it out last year, but we didn't have the main event band. And Saturday night, out of 250 capacity crowd for our Oceans Rat Pack Valentine's Day show. Again, thank you, Bill and Elliot, and of course the band, Tony Toto, Dante Salamanti on keys, and Natty Landy on saxophone. And of course, my wife Laura came, and it was Julie Toto and Julie Saratella and Karen. It was great seeing our wives there, and had a great time. What a great show. Todd and Pete and the staff here at Austin's Impact Fuel Room. You got to check the place out. Very, very cool place. And Sunday, we ended up at Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy on a Sunday night. Daryl Armenstad, great job. It was great seeing Jerry Maselli and his family. And, of course, Nina, thank you. It was a great time. I guess Ron Onesti, of course, and the staff do a great job there. This week, Thursday night, is a private show at Villa Verone in Geneva. That's a private gig this Thursday. But Friday, we're back at Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Double T, Tony Toto. And Saturday, Taverna on Division in Melrose Park, 8 o'clock with Double T. So it's going to be another great weekend of great shows. And don't forget, 6-year anniversary bash. We made it 6 years, folks. It's going to happen back at the Village Tavern in Schaumburg, Illinois. It's going to be great. 6 o'clock, everybody should get there. 7 o'clock, we're going to go live. 7:30, they're going to bring out the free world-famous chicken fingers and French fries. And then we're going to go till 8:30, an hour and a half live remote show. Laura Ocean, Carol Brandolino, special guests, drink giveaways, prizes to give away, and first come, first serve. So it's going to happen Wednesday, March 4th. So make sure you come on out and have a little fun there. Yvette, Robert Provenzano, what's up, brother? Albert's in the house. Dennis, Ryan, Sandra, Argento. Hope you guys all had an incredible Valentine's Day. Things that tell you the truth. Things that tell you the truth. Small children will never lie to you. Drunks, if you're drunk, will never lie to you. And yoga pants. Yoga pants will tell the truth, ladies and gentlemen. So those three things will not lie to you. Yoga pants, absolutely. Chris Minardi, great guitar player in Chicago. Of course, he's with a lot of different groups, but he's with Nixa Hodges and the Chicago Piano Man, of course, tribute to Billy Joel and Elton John. Chris, I hope you're doing well. Jeff Hunt, thank you, Jeff, for your help on Friday with the firefighters. And Jeff being a former firefighter, and thank you for your service, brother. So a lot of good stuff happening. Of course, again, Frank Venuti's dad passed away. The wake was this morning, and of course I couldn't go because I'm stuck here. We have the dogs here. We have the Cal and the baby here, and we're getting the floors done, so I couldn't leave the house much longer just to pick up my car. So thank you. I got the Cadillac back. But so our regards again to Frank Venuti and the Venuti family. Also, our Bellagio family and friends, they lost one of their waitresses, Karen Segerson. She passed away, so our prayers go out to her family and the Bellagio family as well. Jerry Maselli, great seeing you, brother. Great seeing you. A lot of fun. All right, so also on February 14th, 1920, the National Negro Baseball teams were formed, and they finally got it back there in 1920 when the Negro Baseball League, Satchel Paige, and all those great players started. February 14th, 1920, and some great players, of course. Then we've had the great Jackie Robinson, the greatest baseball player of all time. Buddy, I hope you're well. All right, let me just get to a couple things here real fast. CNN announced the annual inflation cooled down, baby. 2.4%. Hasn't been that low since in the last 8 months. So inflation's down, some gas is down. Things are getting better, but we still need to get some of the food costs down, but it's pretty good with the inflation going down, and I feel very happy about that. Of course, people are going to give me shit about it, but hey, here's another thing. Again, Savannah Guthrie, the mother still hasn't been found. I think she's 82 years old. They're finding clues. She's been missing now for 3 weeks. You know what? They should take a polygraph test. Savannah, the sister, the brother-in-law, all of them should be taking polygraph tests. I don't know if they've done that yet, but they should. So I think so. And here's something. And I listen. God, I hope they find her mother, and I hope she's okay. I just think there's a lot of shit going on with that. But you're hearing it every channel every day, and I understand that it's a celebrity's mom is missing. I totally understand that. I would be 84. Thank you, Albert. I just wish that they would put all this. And don't think I'm crazy here, but I wish they would put more consideration in finding our missing children as well as they do. And I know that people are going to say it's a little harsh. I think it's an inside job. Somebody knows what's going on. I don't know if we're going to find out, but I wish they had missing children found on all our TV stations, our news stations, and working around the clock to get all those missing children missing and give that as much attention as they do. So I hope she gets her mother, because I think it's horrible to have. I would freak out if that was my mom. Really is. Mary Grievous is in the house, and when we talk about Mary, we talk about NTD Vacations, folks. And it's your chance to get back on the Chicago Music Cruise number 4, at least for me and my good friend Seventh Heaven. Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band, Tony Toto, Jerry Jams, and Daryl Armenstad will be joining us on this cruise. And backed by popular demand, we're going back to the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. It's going to be January 10th, 2027, Orlando, Bahamas, Coco Cay, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. Now, I'm making a special flyer, and I'm going to be handing it out at my anniversary party on March 4th for Ocean's Pit. Hopefully Mary will join us there that night, and hopefully we can get Richie back from Seventh Heaven. We're going to pass out some of these flyers so you guys can sign up and find out more. And there's the information for the cruise right there. ChicagoMusicCruise.com. Put in Tony Ocean and go to Mary at NTD Vacations and get on the mailing list. But tell them Tony Ocean sent you. Or better yet, pick up the phone, talk to Mary direct. She'll take care of every step of the way so you can join us on this cruise. 630-688-1725 and join us on the Chicago Music Cruise 2027 next year. So we're excited. There's all your information you need to know. Thank you. I'm just curious why you guys don't go back to the Italian ship. Boyd, we love the Italian ship. The problem that we had, it's a lot of our people that, remember, Richie and Seventh Heaven have been doing these cruises for years, always on the Royal Caribbean. And we wanted just to try a new one to see what it was like. A lot of the people that were on the cruise with the Royal Caribbean have Royal Caribbean points. That means some of those people don't have, they have points. So some of these cruises for them are free, or they get better discounts for drinks or stuff like that. So everybody wants everybody to go back to Royal Caribbean. MSC World America was a great ship. I would definitely go back. But we're going back on the Royal Caribbean, and that's the main, and that's the bottom line, baby, as the great Stone Cold Steve Austin would say. Amazon drones. You hear about this? I see them in different places that we've been, but it's going to happen. They're coming to the south side of Chicago, folks. 105 100 South Woodland Avenue in Pullman on the south side are going to be having Amazon drones delivering packages. I got to see them delivering food, Uber Eats ones, when we were in Texas and when we were in different parts in the last year or so. But it's going to be weird just seeing this thing pull up in front of your house and drop off, Amazon. I mean, that's the future. We know it, right? But Southside's going to be doing it. Here's some good news. WGN, Goldman Sachs, top lawyer, Kathy Rumaker. She's stepping down, of course, because she was mentioned in the Epstein's files, a bunch of emails. Let's get rid of all these people. Let's put these people in jail where they belong. Luann, I hope you're doing well, my dear friend. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, Monday, the 16th of February. Congratulations, too. Here's something that's not in the news. Why isn't this on every channel? Tom Horman, folks. ICE rescued 3,364 missing kids in Minnesota alone. Operation Metro Search. That's not mentioned anywhere in the news. That should be top headlines. Missing children found. 3,364. So congratulations to Tom and his crew and ICE for doing that. That is great news. No matter what you think of ICE, no matter what you think of the organization, they're doing their job, especially finding kids. Missing children, ladies and gentlemen. Parents with no children, missing kids. It's a good thing, and I'm just happy for that. Real Wendy's are shutting down a lot of their stores. They're down 11.3%. Some of these fast food joints. Prices are just going high. I mean, Wendy's. Think about it. Francesca's, great Italian restaurants. They're closing a bunch of theirs, going bankruptcy, according to Fox. Now, I don't know if they're going to rebuild or get refunding, whatever, but Francesca's, a bunch of them closing. Happy anniversary to my friend Jim and Kathy Swisek. Happy anniversary to you guys. Smoke detectors ordered from Amazon are being recalled. So you might, if you have smoke detectors from Amazon, you might want to look at that. But if you want great smoke detectors, folks, go to Ace Hardware. They'll sell you the right ones. They will sell you the ones you need for your home and get the right ones. Ace is where you should be buying your smoke detectors. I did not see that. Oh, my God. Michael Santone, how are you doing, guys? I'm sorry I'm not. Some of your names are coming up and some of you are not. So I don't know exactly who's watching today. Robert Provenzano, I did not know this. Robert Duvall, one of the best actors around, character actor, dies at the age of 96 years old. Thank you, Robert, for that. Thank you, Robert, for that. Steak and Shake. You know, when you go to some of these fast food joints, they have microwaves so you can heat up your food. Well, Steak and Shake is removing all their microwaves and probably safety issues, you know, and health concerns. So they're removing all their microwaves from all the Steak and Shakes. And according to the New York Post, let's see if President Donald Trump can make this happen. Hopefully these cars are going to go, some of the price of cars are going to start going down. $2,400 less you'll be paying for brand new cars. A man on a mission. So let's see. Let's hope that happens. Because even when I rent my car, I lease my car. So with the taxes and everything going up, I hope the payments are down so people can afford buying some new cars. Maria, I hope you're doing well. Kathy, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Ocean's Pit. Tomorrow will be Carol Brandolino will be joining us for Twisted Tuesday. Wednesday, my buddy Rob from Generations, a great band, will be joining us again. He just became one of the vice presidents of the Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We'll be talking about that as well on Wednesday. Gene Simmons is in the news again for KISS, saying that rap music does not belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I agree with Mr. Gene Simmons. No rap should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. No country should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. No jazz, hip-hop should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's why it's called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Or these days we call it the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame. So good for Gene Simmons. Finally opening his mouth saying something right. How about some good news for Valentine's Day? In the Bartlett Senior Center, 8 couples renewed their vows. So that's 400 years combined of 8 couples, and they renewed their vows on Valentine's Day in Bartlett. How cool is that? Very, very cool. How about this idiot? We got James Edelson, 8 years in prison for selling meth, 50 grams of meth. He's from Crystal Lake, selling it on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. This idiot, according to FWGN, selling meth, 50 grams of meth on Facebook, on social media. He got 8 years in prison. What an idiot. Good for, well, what's wrong with these people? Selling meth on Facebook. Yeah, come on down. Insane. And you guys are watching the Super Bowl. The man that streaked, his name, Alex Gonzalez. Um, 25-year-old from Florida. He was a guy that streaked during the Super Bowl. Patrice, how are you doing? He got a $40,000 fine. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second time he's done this. The bet was for $500,000 that he wouldn't do it. He did do it. He gets arrested. He gets fined $40,000, but he made $500,000. So they took $40,000. He still made money. Second time this idiot did it. Is he idiot? I don't know. I would have taken that shot. I would take that shot for $500,000. And if I get a couple days in jail and I got to pay $40,000, maybe another 10 to my lawyer, and still walk away with some money. Idiots. I don't know. Could be a genius. If you want to come up with making some money, could be a genius. Who knows? Right? Nancy Pelosi in the news again. Says she had it with people commenting about her alleged drinking problem. And here's quote, Nancy Pelosi, "My private life is nobody's business." Pelosi told political reporter Joe Barron, "I served my country for 40 years. The statement came as members of her own party leaked a story claiming Pelosi hadn't been sober on the House floor in over a decade, which would include her time as a speaker. That kind of makes people's business, right? Pelosi. Did you see Michael Jordan Daytona 500 celebration video with a little kid? It's all about them. I can't wrap my head around it. Frankie, how are you doing, guys? No, I did not see that, but I will have to look at that, find out more information. Now, some of you guys are coming in and some of you guys aren't, of the people that are watching. I do appreciate everybody watching, everybody. A lot of people choose, great quote, a lot of people choose to suffer because the solution to their problems requires a lifestyle changes. Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to do certain things, it's not easy. Quit drinking, quit smoking, quit eating bad, whatever, you know what I mean? It's hard. And that's some of the problems that people deal with every day. You know, people drinking. I don't know how that happens, but it's got to be tough. It really does. And more power. Stick with it. Stick with it. Let's see. I'm going to save some of these questions for with Carol Bandolina tomorrow. Tribute artist. There's a tribute artist out of Milwaukee that does Neil Diamond. This would be horrible. He brings his stage clothes to the cleaners. Now, I've had this happen to me for bringing my tuxes and stuff. And, you know, I don't bring them in all the time, but every now and then I bring in my 3 tuxes to get cleaned and pressed. But the one time that I did it, the family had an emergency and they had to close the cleaners. So I had to do a show with just a suit. That's just a small problem. This gentleman's problem is the cleaners close their doors. Now, these Neil Diamond jumpsuits or these Elvis jumpsuits, they cost big money. So I hope this guy gets his clothes back. That is horrible for that to happen. I'm sure it might have happened to you. You know, I have to say that the cleaners never lost any of my clothes. So I've been pretty lucky. But, yeah, nuts. Robert Kennedy admitted at one time he's not afraid of germs. He snorted cocaine off a toilet seat. Okay, ladies and I know he's getting some slack. Now, he didn't say he did it recently. He said this years ago that he was, fuck doing drugs and doing blow and in the bathroom, did it off a toilet seat. So he probably had a problem. I don't know if he still does. I hope he doesn't. But they're giving him shit. You know, if they go back and tell us what we did when we were crazy, no, I never snorted cocaine off a toilet seat. No, I never got that bad. Crazy. Frankie. I mean, Ronnie B, what's up? Frankie, Patrice, Maria, everybody watching. It is Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. How about this lady? This girl, went to see the Taylor Swift tour, the Eras tour, one of the biggest tours ever in the music business. She went to see it with her contact lenses, to see the show. She's trying to sell those contact lenses for $10,000. When I first read the story, I thought it was Taylor Swift's contact lenses. No, this was her contact lenses, the ladies. She's seen the concert, and she's taking them off and trying to sell them for $10,000 because these contact lenses seen Taylor Swift's tour. More whack jobs, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, but the worst part about it is there was somebody sitting. There was somebody sitting on the toilet seat when he was trying to sniff the blow off the seat. Okay, well, there's a problem. Love it, Boyd. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm going to save some of these relationship questions for Carol tomorrow, but this is interesting. Now, Las Vegas can get away with anything, right? Prostitutes, drugs, legal, whatever the fuck it is. You go to whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. This is a genius. Listen to this, folks. ATM machines, right? Debit card, get money out, go to the bank. So what if you have no money left? Say you can't get money from the ATM because your bank account is at zero and you're a gambling degenerate. But you have a bracelet or a chain or a wedding ring or a pinky ring. New ATM machines, ladies and gentlemen, in Las Vegas will let you start melting your gold at 2,200 Fahrenheit. Will melt your gold in front of you, weigh it, tell you how much it is, and send it directly to your bank account. Minus fees, of course. Wow. What will they think of next? Shit, I need more money. Oh, fuck, let's get rid of the ring. Let's get in my gold chain, my bracelet, melt it all down. Whatever the money is, it goes right to your bank account, and then you have cash. This will kill pawn shops alone. Degenerates. Brilliant idea for the ATM. Bring in your gold. We'll melt it down. Goes right to your bank account so you can do more betting. Bobby Lemontia, my good promoter and restaurant man over there in Texas, in the house. Bob, I'm waiting for Kid Kentucky to give me the information. I got a new phone number, so I'll get that out for you for the Kid Rock tribute, which hope you can bring them out to your place in Texas. And hopefully Ocean Rat Pack will be going to see my good buddy in Texas. All right, let's get to this thing with ice. People like ice. People don't like ice. All right. People are saying they should be. Most of you see these ice officers out there. They have some sort of mark or something they're wearing, badges that tell you they're ice. People were saying, what if I'm in a parking lot and a guy comes to me dressed in black with a hood on his and he's get into my car? Obviously, that's not a nice guy. That's somebody who's going to try to kidnap you. They're saying that some of these ice guys should take their masks off. Isn't it the same thing as a police officer coming to your house? Would it really make these no masks? Would it demask the ice? Would it really make a difference? Just me. Ronnie, I'm sure some people, Ronnie B. Elvis, a great Elvis impersonator in Chicago. Make sure you go check out his shows. I bet people have sold their firstborn. I'm sure they have. I don't know. Demasking ICE officers. Good idea? I don't know. But I know what a good idea is. Jack Vayner Landscaping, folks, If you want good landscaping and you want it done, now is the time to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Vena Landscaping, that's right. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design service and installation. They've been servicing the North Shore for over 50 years. Call my buddy Tommy at 847-432-5266 and take care of all your landscaping needs with my good friend from Jack Vena Landscaping. Good stuff, supporting local establishments. That's what it's about. Same reason to kick. I won't go to that extreme. Good point, though. Boyd, okay, I got your point. See, the KK, just a bunch of cowards. That's all they were, because they didn't want to know that your neighbors were probably members and you guys didn't realize this, right? I watched a couple documentaries that it was pretty screwed up, but I'm not going to compare that to the ICE officers, folks. They're there to do a job. And remember one thing, I advocate some of them things could be handled better. Let me just rephrase that so you guys don't go freaking out. But remember the one thing that is very important, why they're here in the first place. That's all you got to ask yourselves. So could they be a little bit better in some of the stuff they do? Correct. I do agree on that. But they're there for a purpose, to do the right thing, to get the people that are criminal records, please, that are dangerous to our society. Those are the people you get and take them out. People want to come to this country. I've said it many times. My mother did it. Get the paperwork, come to the United States, make a living, support your family, do what you got to do, but do it right. Okay? So let's just go there. Is there crazy things in this world? Yes. An Oregon brewery in Oregon is whipping up a new beer with bear poop mixed in with the herbs. Bear poop. Why not? They also got Rocky Mountain oysters with bull intestines. Why not? Would you drink beer? Well, in Oregon, it's probably normal, you know. Oregon's beautiful, though, by the way. It is beautiful. Bear poop. Beer with beer poop. Who knows what we're drinking these days? Yeah, but innocent people are scared to death. And you're right. You're right there, Boyd. I can see where sometimes they would be very afraid. But if you did nothing wrong, there's no reason to be afraid. And if you don't go after them with weapons and you don't try to hit them with your cars, you got nothing to worry about. It's just like a police officer pulls you over. If you know you're not drinking and they pull you over because maybe your back light's out or whatever it is, or plate's expired, okay. Maybe I didn't know or you did know. It's a different story. It's a different story. But I can see people are scared. People are scared. But I think people are just scared in general these days. It's just so crazy out there, you know? It really is. And I just hope there's peace, man. All we want is peace. Everybody just get along. Yeah, but what if you're the wrong color? Oh, Boyd, I don't know, brother. I can't speak for that, man. I can't imagine what it must have been like and still is to this day. I have friends of mine who are Hispanic, African American. They get shit all the time, unfortunately. And it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I'm sorry if anybody has to go through that. I really am. All they need to do is maybe, like you said, take a step back a little bit and try to figure out getting the right people out of this country. And unfortunately, sometimes innocent people get hurt, and we hope that doesn't happen. I mean, you know what, though? I noticed that I mentioned yesterday in a couple different states, ICE has been successful. And I think if you have the mayor, the governor, and the police force, everybody working together in a right way, I think it'd be peacefully done. Obviously, in Minnesota, it's not peaceful. A lot of problems up there. And hopefully they're taking care of that problem. Seems like it's getting better. I hope it is. I hope it is. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. How about our good friends from Ace Hardware and the weather for today and this week. This is the weather brought to Ace Hardware stores. Today's weather for Monday, the 16th of February, 56 degrees. It's going to be high 62 today, ladies and gentlemen. It is very cool, man. 63% humidity, 15-mile-an-hour winds. It's supposed to be almost 70 this week. And then I guess it's going to get cold, back to 30 by the weekend. So get out there. I was out there this morning, walked the dog for a little bit. It was beautiful. But that is brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. That's right. All right. Couple other big shows coming up. Let's see what we got. On the 25th of February, Rosario's in Roselle. 26th, we'll be back at Positano's in Oak Brook with the return of Jerry Jam from his long month vacation in Florida. Lisa P. will be leaving for Florida, but she'll be back with us March 7th at Johnny Cab's. But filling in and joining us, my little sister's back, Regina Karma, will be joining us on the 26th of February at Positano's. The 28th, we're making our debut at Rookies in Hoffman Estates. Johnny Cabs on March 7th with the main event band. Chef Shangri-La on the 19th. We want to thank Irv Adams, who was on our show from Chef Shangri-La on Friday. He was our guest and talking about the great menu they have and celebrating in July. They're going to be celebrating 50 years in business. And guys, get this. You know, some restaurants, you get your wine and you can put the cork on and give you that little plastic bag. You can take the wine home. You can do that with the Dr. Fong alcohol. Dr. Fong is a mixed signature drink that they serve with like 9 different alcohols in it. If you can't finish it, they'll wrap it up and you can take it home. Only in North Riverside, ladies and gentlemen. You get your Chinese takeout and you get your booze with it that you can take it home. Carlo, get the fishing pole out. Carlo, thank you for helping me this morning. I appreciate it, buddy. And that's the 19th. 21st will be at 28 Mile in Highwood with the main event band. Back to Lake Geneva for our very first show, May 9th at the Cove, right for Mother's Day with Ocean's Rat Pack. And, of course, we'll be going to a brand new place called Primo's Lounge, beautiful place in Gurnee, Illinois on April 11th. And, of course, April 1st will be at the Hard Rock Casino in Rockford with my rock band, Moe's Dream Police, and our tribute to Cheap Trick. Greatest rock and roll band in the world, baby. A man sprayed an unknown substance on Democrat U.S. Representative Ilhan Omar and was tackled to the ground Tuesday during the town hall hosting in Minneapolis. Apple cider vinegar? Ooh, be scared of that. Tackle the guy. Apple cider vinegar. Ooh. The great Ron DeSantis, the governor of course, Florida, I love his quote. If I go to Best Buy and I buy a TV and I pay the sales tax, I don't keep paying taxes on it year after year. That's why he's trying to get the income tax moved, the tax from the housing. If you own your home, you shouldn't have to pay taxes anymore on it. It's your home. You paid for it. You paid it how many times? Tina St. Angelo, how are you doing, my dear? Tina's in a play. I think she just did a finished. I think she's still doing a play. We're going to get her on. Let's see, Tina, maybe look at your calendar for next Wednesday. If you can do the 25th, we'll have Tina on. We'll talk about plays again. I love when Tina's on. We'll talk about movies, talk about baseball. We'll talk about good stuff. Check her out. Check out Tina St. Angelo's page and find out what she's doing if you love off-Broadway plays and stuff like that. Tina, S-T, St. Angelo, A-N-G-E-L-O. Check it out. Support local talent. Very, very, very cool. All right. What else we got here? We're going to headlines. We a lot of stuff that I had written down we're going to save for tomorrow. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, where is the first place you traveled that you would tell everyone to go at least once in their life? Okay. I've been to a lot of places in the world. I like to do a couple more. South Africa, I want to go. Scotland, I want to go. Ireland, I want to go. I got to go to Loch Ness. But Yellowstone, Niagara Falls, Niagara Falls. Slowly I turned inch by inch. Yeah, that's an old Three Stooges thing. Anyway, if you've never been to Niagara Falls, you should go. And I'm going to tell you, here's a cool thing. You go down to Central Station and you can take a train, and the train will take you right into Niagara Falls. You get the sleeping box, the sleeping room, and you get the dining cart. I think there's a booze cart. I don't know if there's still the smoking. There used to be when I did it years ago. And it's cool. You can have cocktail, don't have to worry about it. There's stops and have a good time. So Niagara Falls, if you haven't been there, try. And you know what? Both sides are beautiful. The Canadian side is beautiful, and so is the United States side. Ron Scheimer, great post. If it scares you and it excites you at the same time, it's probably your best next move. Dare to try. Everybody says, I'm going to try this. Well, I can't do this. But try it. Get out and do it. Take a shot, ladies and gentlemen. Take a shot, because life is too short. And when you have to go back and say, man, I wish I could have done that, but I didn't, it's the worst thing, guys, because you'll always end up regretting it. I don't know if this is true or not, but listen to this. A Spanish scientist has cured pancreatic cancer in mice. Scientists. The most deadliest cancer out there. People ignoring it, making fun of the birth effect. The work is led by Mariano Bracabade, a Spanish National Cancer Research Center, and targets the genetic mechanism that makes pancreatic tumors so aggressive and resistance to treatment. A cure in animal models is a huge step. So they're doing it in mice. If that's a chance that this is true, thank you, doctors. Thank you, scientists that are trying, because they're trying to cure something. All those, have they cured anything? If this is true, it would be a giant breakthrough. A giant breakthrough. Okay, here we go. The DOJ charges man who squirted vinegar on Anthony James Kaczmarek was charged Thursday with forcibly assaulting, opposing, intimidating federal officer with apple cider vinegar. Ooh. Now, there is some sick people in this world. I would not want death on anybody. On anybody. And I didn't even get a chance to look up the name of this brewery. But if this is true, it's pretty sad and sick in this world. Now, look, we know the world is sick as it is. And no matter how much you hate somebody, at least for me, hate's a strong word. I don't know if I actually ever hated somebody. Were you maybe envy of somebody, jealous of somebody? We all have the same 24 hours in one day. But to hate somebody, this brewery in Wisconsin, and I should have wrote down the name of it, but it's according to the Daily Boulder. Wisconsin brewery promises free beer on the day that President Donald Trump dies. This is how sick this world is getting. Free beer. And even if this establishment wanted to do this, how does it get the press? What's wrong with these people? I never liked the old establishment, but I don't want anybody to die. What's crazy? mind-boggling. Sometimes I have to think to myself, I'm going, there's people that I talk to, we're not on the same political side, but at least I can have a conversation. I don't want any death. Man, what's wrong with this world? All right. How about this quote? The greatest weapon is not a gun or a bomb. It is the control of information. To control the world's information is to manipulate all the minds that consume it. This has been going on for centuries, folks. We're never going to, like you said, we're never going to know the answers of all these crazy things that's happened in the past or the things that are going on now. The media only lets us know what at least we think we can handle, or whatever political run, the sponsors, whoever runs certain stations, whatever their agenda is. We're going to know about that stuff. We're not going to know about other stuff. And we're never going to know. We've been asking these questions for years. It's sad. It's sad. Like yesterday, I went through and I unfriended about another 10, 15 more people. I just don't need the down. And they're not insulting me, but they're insulting all the shit I have to hear about the same crap over and over again. And those are people I know that I can't speak to or I can't even have a conversation with. So what's the point of having them as my so-called friends on social media? Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and we can talk about it, right? Whatever it is. Nuts. Here's one for you. And I have to say, when I had this gig coming up that I'm going to mention to you, I was working, I did a couple shows with the rap, soul, rhythm and blues singer R. Kelly. I don't know if you guys know the story. I mentioned it a couple of times. We did the Soul Train Music Awards in Atlanta, and I wasn't a singer. What I was he was coming out with a tribute to Sam Cooke. And he put an album out, and he went under the name of Sylvester Kelly, which is his real name. And I was the announcer. He wanted an old Italian mob guy with a tux, with a cigar, one of those old mics. Ladies and gentlemen. And that's what I did for about 4 of his shows. Sylvester Kelly. And he would come out and do the tribute to Sam Cooke. We did a couple of parties at his home. I met the man once. Hello, how you doing? Thank you. That was it. Out of the 3 shows that I did with him. Then, of course, you hear the accusations at that time about everything he was doing with the young girls and stuff like that. And, it was getting more and more press and everything. And all of a sudden, he comes to one of my gigs at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. And that particular day, my daughters were there. My wife was there. He came up, he sang My Girl with me. And I'm saying to myself, okay, this is what people are saying. But at that time, nothing was proven yet. And I've always been to the point where I can only judge how the person, Joey Spence, horrible, brother, about Robert Duvall. 92 years old, the great actor Robert Duvall dies, one of the greatest. Anyway, so he came up and sang. He was socializing, taking pictures, autographs, and everything like that. And then, at the end of the night, you guys, I might have told this story before. At the end of the night, and the promoter that got me the gig was there also with their entourage. While I'm singing towards the end of the night, my daughters were there. My daughters were just turned 21. And they're talking to my daughters, and one of the guys that was R. Kelly slipped a phone number. They shook the daughter's hand and her phone number to my daughter. I seen this while I'm singing. I'm thinking, what the fuck? This is my kid. Waited till the song was over, went up to him, and we had words, a couple shoves here and there. I said, get this piece of shit out of the bar. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see that happening in front of you, wow. News. R. Kelly is set to be released of December 21st, 2045. When this scumbag gets out of jail, folks, if he gets out of jail, he'll be 78 years old. If he gets out of jail. December 21st, 2045. 78. Scumbag better not get out of jail. When you see that, picture this, guys. This is your daughter, or women, or ladies out there. It's your daughter. You see it right in front of your face. And we were talking about, right, Dave? Crazy. We were mentioning about certain towns and ICE doing this. I think I mentioned this according to the Don Bongino show. If you watch Don Bongino or not, I think he's great. Illegals arrested, 88,000 in Texas, 34,000 in Florida, 13,000 in New York, 12,000 arrests in Georgia. Not a single riot. So I don't know why certain places there's riots and certain places isn't, because there's other places that things are going down the way they should be. I don't know. I'm not there. But Minneapolis, they seem to be having a real tough time over there. And hopefully things are finally calmed down now. Hoping. It's now, how about our good friends from Armando's Supermarkets? Buy local, shop local. Armando's, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Not only produce, but meats, prepared food, rotisserie chicken, and more. That's at Armando's Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Buy local, shop local. Tell Danny Mazzi, Tony O sent ya. Cool stuff. Love supporting. How about this, folks? ABC, Channel 7. Couples sue the IVF clinic after DNA test reveals babies isn't theirs. They think it's their kid when they found out it wasn't their baby. Holy crap. Oops. I missed it by that much. Is this insane? Congratulations to Patrick Kane, former Chicago Blackhawk, breaks record for the most points by a U.S. Citizen-born player. Congratulations, Patrick Kane, 1,375 points. Most scored by a U.S. citizen hockey player, the great Patrick Kane. Congratulations. That's pretty cool. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Some of these other stories, like I said, we're going to save. And I love this, guys. I love this quote. The hardest prison to escape is in your own mind. We go through that all the time. The stress and everything. People say that why I don't sleep, because my mind is, all this shit's in my head all day long, all night long, thinking, what's next? What should I do? Blah, 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 blah. Nuts in your own mind. Now, here's something that gets you. You get an Uber. You guys get in Ubers? And when you're in an Uber and your driver sings every song on the playlist from the front, from the back, the 40-minute ride, he's singing along with the songs on the radio while you're in the back seat trying to relax for your Uber ride. That has not happened. For me and Uber, that's never happened. But he kept talking and talking and talking and talking. And I just want to relax from ride to ride, blah, 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 right? I don't know if that's happened to you. But crazy. I don't know. By the way, Valentine's Day isn't for people in situations. Wait till April 1st. That's your turn. Thank you, Christine, on that wonderful quote. We're just reading some quotes that we've been holding in for a while. Here you go, folks. According to a Florida man here, strikes again. Suspect arrested after riding an alligator through Wendy's drive-thru, demanding free chicken nuggets. Police say Florida man was taken into custody after allegedly riding an alligator through Wendy's drive-thru and demanding chicken nuggets like this was completely normal transaction. With an alligator. Well, if you're going to do it, I guess Florida's a place to do it. Oh, what's wrong with some of these people? Man chooses 1 year in prison over returning the 1.1 million mistakenly money sent to his bank account. Okay. A U.S. man allegedly made one of the wildest financial choices imaginable after $1.1 million was mistakenly deposited into his bank account by a financial company. Instead of reporting the error, he reportedly spent the money on travel, electronics, helping family before authorities caught him 1 month later. In court, prosecutors said most of the funds were recovered, but around $300,000 was still missing. The judge gave him a choice: return the remaining money or serve you 1 year in prison. This guy chose 1 year in prison. What would you guys do on that situation? You get $1.1 million in your bank account. You wake up in the morning. Excuse me, Colombo. Wait a minute. He still had $300,000. They got that back. Give us the money or the 1 year in prison. If I was single, I'd take the 1 year in prison. In New York City, they banned taxis and TVs to air Newsmax reported facts. Oh, okay. Thank you, Dennis. Ellen and Lena, how are you doing? Oh, you're not in Miami, guys? My good friends Ellen and Lena, they always go out and support local establishments. Great dressers, great people, and great dancers. So thank you, Ellen and Lena, for always coming and supporting local establishments. It's Ocean's Pit here Monday through Friday. I don't know. If I was single, I would take the year. Take the year. How many concerts have you been to, Boyd? This 72-year-old man has been to 24,000 concerts. Wow. He spent 8 full years of his life on New York City subways getting to concerts. 24,000 plus shows over 50 years. 327 shows in 2025 alone. My entire life is nothing but Herb and music. 72-year-old man. How many concerts have you been into? Jane, you would have took the 1 year. Absolutely. And right, you can get room and board for free. I got to ask Boyd. Boyd, I know you're a big music guy, musician yourself. How many concerts have you been to? I'd like to know. 24,000. 72 years old, still hopping. I know 60-year-olds that stay on the couch every night. That's crazy. Husband, we're talking about prison here for the next minute. Husband who robbed a bank hoping to be thrown in jail to escape his wife was sentenced to house arrest. The guy thought, hey, I can get away from my wife. This happened in 2016. I don't know why I'm reading to you now. A 70-year-old man named Lawrence Ripple walked into a Kansas City bank, handed the teller a note claiming he had a gun, took nearly $3,000, and then calmly sat down in the lobby and waited for the police. When the officers arrived, he immediately identified himself, explained why he never tried to escape. After a heated argument with his wife, he said he wrote a note in front of her and told her that he would rather go to jail than go home. Ripple pleaded guilty, appeared prepared to spend the rest of his life behind bars. The judge saw it differently. with no prior criminal record, no weapon was involved. He gave him 1 year in house arrest. House arrest, so he had to stay with his wife. Oh, that's torture. Oh, my God. Crazy. Is this world nuts? Completely nuts. Most of my conscience, Neil Diamond, about 16. Wow, Jane, that's great. Isn't it weird that in America, our flag and our culture offends people, but our benefits don't? Let that sink in, Robert Conway. Thank you, Robert, for that quote. Robert, great bartender, used to work with me at Jilly's. Anyway, there were others, but Neil tops them all. Well, good for you, Jay. Keep going out and supporting local staff and Neil Diamond and concerts, whatever you get into. Anyway, folks, it has come to the end of the hour. And this week, Private Boyd, very first show 10 years after John Mayall and many more after that. I don't know how many. John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. You know, Boyd, you probably know this, but they even asked John Mayall at one particular time to join the Stones. This was, I think, after Brian Jones left or after Mick Taylor. No, after Brian Jones left. They asked him. And a couple other guitar players, Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton, they all turned it down. Then, of course, Mick Taylor, and then from 10 years after. And then he left. And then, of course, Ronnie Wood. Great, interesting. All right, this week, private show Thursday at Villa Verone. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse, 8 o'clock. Saturday, Taverna on Division. Both shows will be with Double T, Tony Toto. Birthdays for Monday, February 16th. Forrest Tucker, F Troop. Lauren Green, Bonanza. Prince Williams celebrating a birthday. Kathy Eppolito, happy birthday, Kathy. Ray Mazarek, if I'm pronouncing his name right. He was a keyboard player from The Doors, from Chicago, boy. 87 years old. Kim Peterson LeFew this past weekend, Kimmy. Peter Gabriel, Genesis, 78 years old. Jerry Springer, great guy. I partied with Jerry at Jilly's. Great guy. Josh Brolin, 58 years old. Former president, the great Abe Lincoln, who had been celebrating a birthday. Today is President's Day, if I'm correct. Happy President's Day. Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, celebrating a birthday. Richard Lynch, character actor. Princess Diana celebrated a birthday. Maya Rudolph, 73. Miles Miller, one of the great bartenders from Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Hope you had a great birthday this weekend, Miles. Aaron Winbush, the son of Elliot Winbush, of course, who plays Sammy Davis in our Ocean's Rat Pack show. Michael McDonald turned 74. Jennifer Aniston's 57 from Friends. And those are the birthdays today. Tomorrow is Toxic Tuesday with Carol Brandolino, folks. How cool is that? All right. I will watch replay. I was busy enjoying the weather. Good for fishing. Not yet. I'm hoping, Erica, because some of the I have to find the right spot, but I want to go out Wednesday if I could. Well, when will you have Denise Tomasello on your show? Jeanette, I did have Denise on my show once, and I'd love to have her back. She's a very good friend of mine and a very great talent that she is, the great Denise Tomasello. Guys, we are coming to the end of the hour, and it's actually here. And we want to thank our good friends, of course, from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Local, shop local. Save on supplies you need for your next paint project. Buy one, get one 50% off on Clark and Kensington or Royal Paint. Select Ace paint kits, including tray, brush, rollers. Select frog tape. See the in-store ad for a coupon for 25% off one regular price item under $50 or $12.50 off any item over $50. Some restrictions apply. That's our friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Guys, we want to thank you all for watching the show today. Buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to one another out there, man. It's a cruel world. Let's just hope for some peace. And if you're offended with this show or any other show, change the channel. But just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Remember that. Just be kind. Try to appreciate or understand everybody's different opinions. We're never all going to get along. We never had. This election, this presidency has nothing. We've been doing this for years. But let's just get along, right? And when we're going through all this chaos, music. Thank God we got music, local music. Get off your ass and go support local establishments and live entertainment. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart to show again. And remember, our 6th year anniversary is going to happen at Village Tavern in Schaumburg, Wednesday, March 4th. Get there at 6, live remote from 7 to 8:30 that night. Carol Brandolino, Laura Ocean, a lot of special guests, a lot of giveaways, a lot of drink giveaways, prizes, a lot of fun, and, of course, the world-famous chicken fingers and French fries for all the people that attend the Ocean's Pit show. Get out there, March 4th. Hope to see you all there. Ringo Starr says peace and love, and we need it more than ever. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Nixa Hodges, take us out, piano man.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Peace and love, everybody. God bless, and thank you for taking a little time and listening to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Be back tomorrow, same time, same channel, Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. Bye-bye, everybody.